So, my friends, welcome. Welcome. I just so wanted to have something for you, for us, for this evening. I find New Year's Eve kind of an odd holiday, right? It's one of those holidays where you're supposed to have a certain experience, right? It's all about celebration and party and friends. And if you don't have that or you don't feel like it, it's a weird night to get through. So I offer you a place to be, folks to be with, and something healthy and wholesome and good for the heart. I think we're all absolutely thrilled to say goodbye to 2020 and really excited for something different and new that we are going to make as great a year as human beings can make together. We're going to do this. So tonight we're going to say goodbye, we're going to say hello, and we're going to just love each other, love our planet, love what's possible. So I'm going to start off with a song about the darkness. I wrote it for children, for a children's and family solstice event. But I want to do it even though it's a little past solstice, because it talks about how even in the dark, good things are happening. And many people talk about this year, 2020, as a very dark year. And I wanted to say that I love the dark, and I find the dark is fruitful, and I find that I grow in the dark like a mushroom. So this song celebrates all the things that cultivate, gestate, and grow in the dark in honor of what was good about 2020. Chorus so simple, it goes like this. Deep in the dark, deep in the dark, I wonder what's growing way down in the deepy dark. So try that with me, okay? Here we go. Deep in the dark, deep in the dark, I wonder what's growing way down in the deepy dark. You got it. Worms underground soften up the earth. Seeds lie sleeping till it's time for birth. Wake up green when the time's just right. Come out of the dark into the light. They come from deep in the dark. Let's go. Deep in the dark, I wonder what's growing way down in the deepy dark. Asleep in my bed, my dreams take flight. I'm growing my imagination in the night. Wake up full of where I've been. I've been all around the world. The dark is my friend. I've been traveling deep in the dark, deep in the dark. I wonder what's growing way down in the deepy dark. The seeds of life need a deep dark home. In a mommy's belly, little baby seeds grow. It's where we all started, close to the heart, till we burst into the world like a shooting star. We come from deep in the dark, deep in the dark. Wonder what's growing way down in the deepy dark. Some days seem dark, some days seem sad, let me say. Some years seem dark, some years seem bad. Some years you can't remember the good feelings you had. Lost in the night, you just can't see. There's something being born down in that mystery. Something's happening deep in the dark, deep in the dark. Wonder what's growing way down in the deepy dark. Okay, I'm having too much fun singing this by myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break, and we're going to do what they call scat singing, which is just kind of do on any melody that fits the chords or doesn't. So we're going to just make some noise together, muted. Here we go. Do 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 deep in the dark, I wonder what's growing way down in short, nights are getting long. Don't you feel like crawling into someplace warm? Feel a little sleepy, feel a little slow. Something deep inside of us just seems to know it's time to go deep in the dark, deep in the dark. I wonder what's growing way down in the deepy, deepy dark. All right. So don't be afraid, don't be misled. Crawl into your cocoon now and rest your head. Here's a little song for you to sing till you wake up in the morning and spread your wings. Little butterfly deep in the dark, deep in the dark. I wonder what's going way down in the deep, yeah, deep in the dark, deep in the dark. I wonder what's growing way down. Okay, jazz finished. In the deep dark. Woo! All right. Deep in the dark. I love that dark. Thank you. Hope you had fun. I did. So I got another really upbeat gift for you here in a special form, and I got to do a screen share to do it because I have invited my dear friend Ruth Pelham, who many of you remember from other times together. Remember Ruth? She sang, "I am a woman here on planet Earth," and other fun stuff that I can't remember right now. And anyway, so Ruth couldn't make it tonight because she's carousing out on the East Coast doing something. And so we got her here to sing a song I just had to have. She wrote it a couple of months ago. It reminds me of New Year's resolutions. Do you know, I believe the number one resolution people make for New Year's is more exercise. Am I right? It's either more exercise or lose weight or both. So this song is perfect. So here comes Ruth to wish you a very happy New Year.
You haven't met me? Well, good to know you. There's a song that I would love you to sing with me, If I Were a Dog. It's the beginning of a new year, time to maybe take on following through on some of the things that we had planned on, maybe this past year, or maybe also the year before that or before that. But at any rate, I wrote this looking out my window and sing along. I would love that. And best 2021 to each of you. May there be love in our hearts and love in our actions. Sing along and enjoy. Bye. Well, here goes that dog song, the get off your butt and walk song. So I will sing a bit of it. Here goes. When I wake up as the day is dawning, I hearken to my doctor's warning. Stretch and breathe, take a walk in the morning. Hi-ho, diddle, dee.
Hi-do, diddle, dee. If I were a dog, I'd take better care of me.
I'd run around the block, snip and snort and poop and pee.
Hi-di, diddle, dee. This is a sing-along.
When I look out the window, what do I see? A long-haired poodle looking like me. Now, if I were that poodle, I'd be frolicking free.
Hi-di, diddle, dee. Hi-di, diddle, dee. If I were a dog, I'd take better care of me. I'd run around the block, sniff and snort and poop and pee. Hi-di, diddle, dee.
You can do the chorus also like this. Hi-ho, diddle, dee. If I were a dog, I'd take better care of me. I'd run around the blocks. Hi-ho, diddle, dee. In the winter when it snows, in the summer when it's hot, the owners are walking the doggies they've got. But me, I'm at my window, motivated I'm not. Hi-ho,
diddle, dee.
And on it goes. I should get me a leash, a collar and a bone, whatever it takes to get me out of my home, to wander and walk run around and roam. Hi ho, diddle diddle dee. If I could get out the door, I'd revel and rejoice. No more excuses, no negative voice. I'd be more like a dog who has to go and has no choice. Hi ho, diddle diddle dee. Hi ho,
A diddle diddle dee. If I was a dog, I'd take better care of me.
I'd
Run around the block, snort and poop and pee. Hi di diddle diddle dee.
Now there is, I'll sing you this part right here. But I'm a human, not a dog, not a pedigree or mutt. Like millions of people, I'm in a rut. I've gotta get walking, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Hi di diddle diddle dee.
Then there are these two verses that I wrote that's really from a different kind of perspective. So I don't know about quoting, but it goes like this. I really want to walk and I really want to run. I want to feel healthy when the day is done. Want to use my muscles, each and every one. Hi ho, diddle dee. And this is a variation on that. I wonder if you walk, I wonder if you run. How do you feel when the day is done? Have you used your muscles, each and every one?
Hi di diddle diddle dee.
Hi
Di diddle diddle dee. If I was a dog, I'd take better care of me. I'd run around the block,
sniff and
snort and poop and pee. Hi di diddle diddle
diddle dee.
There is just nobody quite like Ruth. She is a one of a kind and one of my favorite people in the whole world. Ah, so later on, one of my other favorite people in the whole world is going to be on with us, Judith Black, storyteller from Marblehead, Massachusetts, old friend, and she's going to share a story with us a little bit later on down the line. Okay, well, that was our jolly New Year's Eve festive start. You know, I mean, it's a party after all. But we are going to obviously observe the deeper dimensions of this time, a time to really reflect on our year, individually and collectively. And of course, think a bit about what's coming, what we want to bring to the new year. But for this moment, what we're going to do is, if you have a candle, please do light it. I've got a couple back there on my shelf. And yeah, if you'd like to hold it up to your window, that's really lovely to see everybody's candles. Thanks for bringing them. We had some beautiful menorahs over the holiday season. If you didn't bring a candle, no worries. It's not required. It's just a nice touch. And then if you want to, thank you. They're beautiful, just beautiful. Put it where you can see it, if that's possible. And we're going to take some moments. If it's easy and you want to dim your lights, go right ahead. Just make it a space that feels in that place of going inward. Dark light, whatever works for you. I want to just guide us through a little reflection together, and then you'll do just a little bit of writing at the end. So if you have something to write on, you don't need to. It's not a big thingy, but it could be nice. And we're going to start by we're going to take a few breaths and kind of settle. I'm going to play some bells, because sometimes bells there's a vibration that can just kind of help bring us into that quieter place. So I'm going to offer you that experience. One of my dear friends who's here tonight texted me today or emailed me, and I had done this bell this morning for the meditation group she's in with me, and she said she could listen to the bells for hours, and I thought, okay, good enough for me. I'll offer it to my friends tonight. So take a breath or two, relax, let the energies of those last two songs settle. Just realize where you are right now. Just arrive. There's just a way of arriving with the breath, kind of into your body, feeling your body's pressing down on the chair or the sofa. Maybe your hands are on your lap. Your feet might be on the floor. And let the breath take you into the inside of yourself. Feeling yourself from the inside. How it feels to swell a little bit with the breath and release with the out breath. And just breathe in and out and stay with your body and your breath while the bells just give you a little bit of a vibration bath. And as the bells resound, let's just each reflect a little on what this year has been like for us. I'm sure it's been many, many things. For some, it may have been an extraordinarily difficult year. For others, more a mix, ups and downs. But it's a time when we can gather it all in, like a harvest of experiences. Let it kind of float around in there, maybe touching on some of the good times, some of the maybe special times that were part of this year. And of course, touching into some of the hard times, losses, sorrows, anger, frustration. Gathering it all in our harvest of a very extraordinary year. I wonder if you can bring to mind some gift that this year has been for you, something that you have gained unexpectedly, some new capacity you didn't know you had, or the strengthening of capacities, patience, getting along with others at close quarters, finding reservoirs of faith and hope you didn't know you were going to need. Gather in the gifts. Breathe it in. It's probably very likely that you are not quite the same person that you were 12 months ago. And I am sure there is something to celebrate about this new person that you've become, new capacities, qualities. And this is what I want to celebrate tonight, is the gifts of this terrible, amazing, unprecedented year. Just rest with that for a moment. Here's a little chant we can do as we turn our hearts toward not only being open to what was positive in this year, but certainly what's coming. I am opening to my heart. I am opening to my heart. Sing that with me. I am opening to my heart. I am opening to my heart. Second part. Open to joy, open to pain, open to you, open to me, open to joy, open to pain, open to you, open to me as I am. Let's sing this together. I am opening to my heart. I am opening to my heart. Open to me, open to joy, open to pain, open to you, open to me, open to joy, open to pain, open to you, open to me as I am. I am opening to my heart. My heart, I am opening to my heart. Open to joy, open to pain, open to you, open to me, open to joy, open to pain, open to you, open to me as I am. I am opening to my heart. I am opening to my heart. Open to joy, open to pain, open to you, open to me, open to joy, open to pain, open to you, open to me as I am, as I am, as I am, as I am. And this is one of those times we can improvise like we did with the Badoobadoobas. So as I am, just let your voice wander, let it go free. Step out with that voice. As I am, 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 as I am. There's a poem I ran across that follows that so beautifully. It is actually a solstice poem, but it seems to just be right for tonight. By Jan Richardson. I cannot tell you how the light comes, but that it does, that it will, that it works its way into the deepest dark that enfolds you, though it may seem long ages in coming, or arrive in a shape you did not foresee. And so may we this day turn ourselves toward it. May we lift our faces to let it find us. May we bend our bodies to follow the arc it makes. May we open and open more and open still to the blessed light that comes. Of course, it's very solstice-y, but of course, when we say light, it's such a metaphor. It's such a word for so much, for the hope, for the possibilities, for the eternal flame in our souls that keeps us going. You know, I know there are people in this room who have been doing hardcore activism this year, out in the streets, on the web pages, giving money, doing so much. And I know there's those of you that have been in your hearts caring and praying and loving this world and praying for our people, our beloved humans and animals, to get the world they deserve and to be part of that world. So I just want to take that moment to honor, the light, that flame in us all. And this, I want to share with you a song I just wrote last week. I don't even remember what inspired it, to be honest. But I'm privileged to be in communion with several young women, and young, I mean like under 30. That's young in my world. Who trust me, and who I am so nourished by, and they feel nourished by me. And I think somehow this song might be for them and for the person in all of us that needs a little more encouragement to be even more than we thought we could be. So it's called Step Into Courage. It's in your lyrics. If you did not open the lyrics from the Zoom invitation today, the Zoom link is in the chat. I think Marianne has put it in there. And you can just click on it and open up this PDF, and it's got this song right there. So I'm going to sing you the first verse, then I'm going to teach you line by line, because I really want you to be able to sing this. It goes like this. Step into courage, step into grace, step into knowing your time and your place, step into being who you want to be, step into being free. And I think it's a New Year's song too. If not now, when, right? Whatever you've been waiting on, whatever you've been holding back, let's do it. 2021 is your year. So repeat after me. I'll do it, you echo it. Step into courage, step into grace. You do it. Step into courage, step into grace. Step into knowing your time and your place. Step into knowing your time and your place. Now it starts low here. Don't be confused. Stay down. Step into being who you want to be. Step into being who you want to be. Step into being free. Step into being free. Good. Let's do the whole thing and keep going. There is a break in the middle that I will do alone, and then if we're really swinging, I'll teach it to you. So here we go. Step into courage. Let's go. Step into courage, step into grace, step into knowing your time and your place, step into being who you want to be, step into being free. You got it. Here we go. Step into laughter, step into tears, step into places that don't know your fears, step into loving beyond your control, step into being whole. It's a step you can take, it's a choice you can make. You won't shatter or break, I promise. You'll just be more awake and happy. Step into wisdom, humility too. Step a little closer to the wild and the true. Step off the edge, feel the wind on your face. Little change here. Step into stretching and taking up space. Step into courage. Step into grace. Okay, so I'm not done singing this. I love this song. So let's go back to the bridge. Repeat after me. It's a step you can take. It's a step you can take. It's a choice you can make. It's a choice you can make. You won't shatter or break, I promise. You won't shatter or break, I promise. You'll just be more awake and happy. All together. You'll just be more awake and happy. Okay, we're gonna stumble through that. Just go for it, okay? Step out into the unknown and sing. It's a step you can take. It's a choice you can make. You won't shatter or break, I promise. You'll just be more awake and happy. You can dance. Step into wisdom, humility too. Step a little closer to the wild and the true. Step off the edge, feel the wind on your face. Step into stretching and taking up space. Step into courage. Step into grace. Yeah. Woo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then I think I've got, oh yes, oh, and then I've got this poem. I have been saving this poem for you for so many months, waiting for the right night, and this is the right night. Seems like just follows that song perfectly. It's called God Says Yes to Me, and it's by Kaylin Hote. Listen close. God says yes to me. I asked God if it was okay to be melodramatic, and she said yes. I asked her if it was okay to be short, and she said, sure. I asked her if I could wear nail polish or not wear nail polish, and she said, honey, she calls me that sometimes. She said, you can do just exactly what you want to. Thanks, God, I said. And is it even okay if I don't paragraph my letters? Sweet cakes, God said. Who knows where she picked that up? What I'm telling you is yes. 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 So I think that's our motto for the new year. Yes, yes, yes. And on that note, I am thrilled to introduce to you my dear friend Judith Black, who is a renowned, nationally, if not internationally known storyteller, and a fabled social activist on the climate front. She's involved in 350.org back east, and she'll tell you that in her story. She and I created a show together once that was really fun to do. I wrote the music, she wrote the play, and maybe we'll just do it sometime. I don't know. But Judith, I want to get you on screen. Everybody go to get yourself on speaker view if you're not already. And we're waiting for Judith to show up.
We're
You're
here.
on, girlfriend. You are on. Judith Black. Let's give her a welcome. Just, you know.
Thank you, Betsy. It's just, it is so good to be with you again.
Amen. Amen.
So when you were talking about New Year's, I thought, oh yeah, New Year's resolutions. The first night of Rosh Hashanah, we make tashlich. You go to a moving body of water, you throw in crumbs, and you throw away your sins. And it's basically the same thing. You throw away the same sins every bloody year. You know, it's like, why don't I ever, you know, it's like the dog gets more exercise. All right, my darlings, this story, and it's just 5 minutes, is called Oh God.
Hi, Judy, it's Terry. Now, you know we've always been friends, and I really like you. So there's something you need to know.
Oh, when this is the recitative of a conversation, you don't want to hear the aria. You want to say, oh dear, a tsunami just broke the coast, gotta run. Or, oh, I'm debating religion with 12 Jehovah's Witnesses in the living room, can't talk now. Was I that quick?
And I really like you. So there's something you need to know. Now, the club
she's referring to is the Rotary Club that I bludgeoned my husband into joining with me 15 years ago so we could learn to have meaningful conversations, well, with Republicans.
the club is really just sick and tired of you talking about the environment all the time.
I attempt a warm, neutral tone. Terry, I understand it is really odious and hard to get your arms around, but you do understand that almost 50% of all species have gone extinct, that the caps are melting, the glaciers are melting, that there is more plastic than fish in the ocean any second now, that the water levels are rising, that plastics.
Oh, Judy. Oh, I could be Cary Grant. We all recycle. What more do you want?
And in that moment, I realized I was the Jewish Cassandra, the goddess of bad news that nobody wants to hear. And she was just a friendly Walmart shopper. I must be the worst climate activist on the planet. I've been a member of this club for 15 years, and they still purchase single-use water bottles in plastic. God, I don't know what to do. I mean, okay, after you read This Changes Everything, The End of Nature, The Sixth Extinction, and all of E.O. Wilson, well, I found myself in one of two states, either lying on the couch going, honey, get me a catheter. I'm here for the duration, which isn't nearly as long as any of us had hoped, or running around like,
Oh, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. Chicken apocalypse.
little. Neither of these turn out to be very good organizing techniques.
But God,
Oh God. That's what I had to do. I have to do what my tribe has done from time immemorial. Go back to the book or the scroll if you want to be complete and look at how our ancient ancestors dealt with similar situations and time situations. So, I'm reading and y'all know the first one. Who built the ark? I don't see any lips moving, nothing. Come on, who built the ark? Thank you. So I imagine God going, now, Noah, we've always been friends and I really like you. So there's something you need to know. And then God goes on and says, the blueprint for humans was off and I'm going to destroy everyone, but you're an organic gardener and you have gained joy in my eyes. And so I will. No, Noah does not argue with God. Noah doesn't try to re-educate the people in his world. No, he just takes the plans, builds the ark, gets the family on board and all the critters. Well, he did have the first floating stock. That's a joke, you guys. It's really hard to make climate jokes. So laugh, do me a favor. He did have the first floating stock, but this was not the model I wanted. I'd like to save everyone, not just the family and the creatures. Okay, what's the next one? The next one's a little more esoteric, but some of you will know it. Betsy, whose father was a minister, will definitely know it. Abraham had a nephew, and his name was Lot. And Lot lived in the village of Sodom. Now, y'all know what word comes from Sodom, right? You didn't want to be a strange guy walking around town. So God says to Abraham, now we've always been friends and I really like you. So there's something you need to know. Where your nephew lives, they are like bad dudes. I'm going to knock them all out. Now, unlike Noah, Abraham schmoozes with God. God, what if there are 50 righteous people? You'd kill everyone? Well, maybe not. How about 40, God? 40. 30. God, how many will you save? A lot. Okay, guys, that was another joke. Thank you, Marge got it. Okay. So the angels come to Sodom, and Lot gets them off the street quickly because you don't want to be a strange guy in Sodom, gets them in the house, and all the men of Sodom come, give us those guys. And he offers his daughters who have never known men. And I always thought that was taking hospitality to an extreme. But ultimately, he kind of gets his family out. We won't even talk about what happened to the wife. But this was not the model I wanted either, just to save a few people. I get, Judy, are you still there? Yeah, Terry. Yeah, just 1 second. Come on, God, there's got to be a better model than this. Okay. I mean, maybe Noah was very shy. Maybe he didn't want to go out and educate people. Maybe he didn't feel he could argue with the Almighty. Maybe all he could do was build an ark. But that was something. He did save all the animals. And maybe Lot, maybe the men of Sodom and Gomorrah, they weren't willing to change, or he knew it would be a hard fight. And he did what he could do. He saved the angels. He got his family out of Dodge. They did what they could do. Judy, Terry, you are the most awesome real estate agent. Oh, thank you. I mean, we wouldn't have our house without you. I saw that you're selling the house down on Front Street. Oh, yeah, it's really nice. Well, it's right on the ocean. And I just got my Union of Concerned Scientists magazine. And this month they have a whole article about how oceanfront property is going to be affected by the rising tides. And they even have a map about every 10 years, how much the water is going to be rising and how it's going to affect property. I thought you might be Oh, yeah, I think I would be interested in that. Okay. Want to meet me tomorrow for a cup of tea? We could meet at Starbucks if you like, 3:00. I'm doing a showing, but 3:30. 3:30, okay. I'll see you then. I'll see you. Thanks. Bye. Thanks.
Oh, thank you, Judith. Let's unmute and really show Judith some love here. Yeah, right on.
Fabulous.
Thank you, Judith.
Mazel tov. Mazel
But don't go to
tov.
Starbucks.
But don't go to Starbucks. That's right.
Well, not everybody has a Pete's.
Bring your own cup if you go to
That's part of
Starbucks.
meeting them where they're at.
Whatever works.
Wow. Oh,
Do what you
Judith.
can.
Well done.
Oh, thank you. What a treasure. That
Just
was,
what I needed today.
yeah. Okay, I'm going to mute everybody just to be safe. Yeah, I think that's a first. I think that's the first time we've had storytelling on our wonderful gatherings. So, wow. Thank you so much. And I'm really glad, Anita, that you're here, because Anita Klein is another very devoted and longtime climate activist. And I emailed her today and said, you got to come tonight, meet your sister on the East Coast. Thank you, Judith, for the incredible activism that you do and the persistence of it and the dedication of it and the way you walk your talk. And thank you for creating incredible stories for so many years. All right, my dears. Well, I think that since we are saying goodbye to 2020, I was trying to remember today if I ever said the name of the 45th occupant of the White House before on this program. I've tried not to. And it's not because I dehumanize or don't think he's a human being or et cetera. I just don't want to give any more attention and power to someone who knows exactly how to get everybody's attention and put everybody in a trance. And it's I don't want to go there. But I think it is probably right to take a moment without naming any names to just acknowledge the farewell that we are hoping very much for on January 21st. This is a poem and a song that I did last summer that feels right for now. And the poem is by a Pastor Stephen, who sends out a poem a day, and he's incredible. You're probably all on a something a day mailing of some kind. Some people get poetry or spiritual writings or a social action to do every day. I get Pastor Stephen. And the story of the Emperor's New Clothes, is there anybody who does not know this story? Raise your hand if you've never heard the Emperor's New Clothes. Okay, I see your parents all did right and read you good stories when you were little. That's great. Well, it's basically about a delusional leader who is narcissistic, puffed up, wants everybody to do what he wants, and keeps making more and more demands for, what he wants is this incredible costume that will be the most beautiful outfit in the world. And somehow his tailors fabricate something that is actually nothing. But because they're onto him, and they can play his game better than him. So they tell him what a gossamer, like invisible costume he has on. And that, it's the most beautiful thing ever. Long story short, when it's all done, he prances around in his birthday suit thinking he's got this invisible, beautiful costume on. And then, or it's only invisible to him, by the way. And then he goes out in the streets and all the people have to come out and cheer him. So picture the king, the emperor, marching down, what is the street, right outside the White House? What's the name of that street? You know the one I mean. Anyway, the one that is now called, is it called George Floyd? What is it?
Black Lives Matter
Black
Plaza.
Lives Matter. Thank you. I was getting there. I always lose part of my brain when I'm doing in front of a camera. And the people are lined up and they are joining in the delusion, either because they're afraid of getting beheaded if they don't, or because some narcissistic, mentally ill leaders know how to do that. So everybody's going, oh, look at those beautiful clothes. Oh my God, isn't that the most amazing thing ever? And they're cheering him. And then a little child says, wait a minute, I don't see anything. The little child says, he's naked. He's naked. And his parents look at him and then they look and they say, oh, he's naked. And the people around them wake up and they go, he's naked, he has no clothes. And pretty soon the whole crowd is laughing and pointing and the whole delusion goes up in smoke. Isn't that a story for this time? I'll tell you. So here's what Pastor Stephen says. Dear Emperor, overfeathered bird, primping, preening, posing, you have not distracted us enough. Pointing a frenzied finger at imagined monsters, you have failed to frighten us of the right things. Demeaning the people, denouncing their voices, parodying the cry of the poor and the caution of the wise, you have peddled despair. But alas, we are still here, still healing. You have not set us free from faith. You have not relieved us of the burden of our passion for justice. You have not cured us of our hope. Even now, amazing, we are singing. I have to get my words up. We're going to sing, I want to see with a child's eyes. I want to be that child who sees through delusion, penetrates disguises, knows what to focus on. I want to see with a child's eyes. I want to love with a child's heart. I want to live with a child's hope all of my life. Just jump in. I want to know what the child knows. I want to go where the child goes. I want to trust where my heart flows all of my life. New part. Wisdom falls like a leaf from a tree. Wisdom calls from the child inside of me. So let me see, let me hope, let me love, let me know, let me trust. I changed the words. Trust, let me flow with the child in me. Okay, from the top, let's sing it. I want to see with the child's eyes. I want to love with the child's heart. I want to live me see, let me hope, let me love, let me know, let me trust, let me flow with the child in me. Let me see, let me hope, let me love, let me know. Clap your hands. Let me trust, let me flow with the child in me. Let me see, let me hope, let me love, let me know, let me trust, let me flow with the child in me. Yeah. Great. So good to see you all singing. Thank you. Oh, and I keep meaning to. I want to just say a special hello to Marcy and John. John, I haven't seen you forever, who are phoning in all the way from the Dominican Republic. I think you probably are the furthest away, unless my Australian friends are here. So good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So, boy, are we energized or what? I think this is probably the most upbeat evening I've done. Oh, I'm just a party girl at heart. So, in the early part, when we meditated, you thought about at least one gift that you've received this year, that out of the COVID, political upheavals, everything, something in you has grown, has become new and strong or different or something. And so I want to give you a chance to have a little private party with a couple of other people and share your gift. And if it's one of those years where you just couldn't think of something, I doubt it, but it could happen, then just share what you want to share about this year. Just let your year shine. You're going to go into groups. Okay, hey, I hope you enjoyed that. Those of you that felt like you wanted to do it and made some new friends. And we have just a minute. If anybody wants to either write their gift, if it's a 1 word or 2 word, write it on a piece of paper, put it up to your screen, or put it in the chat, or either put it on the screen or put it in the chat. Pastor Stephen, his thing is Unfolding Light. That's the name of his operation, Unfolding Light. And I bet if you Google it, I bet you can find him. I'll put it in the chat. So yeah, if you want to just pop your gift into the chat, it's okay. Somebody says, opening to my heart, music has been a gift during this time. Me too. These evenings, I swear, if I am mentally healthy, it's because of these evenings and all of you and being together. It's been amazing. Connecting with wonderful neighbors, doing art with others on Zoom, how fun, and singing. Sitting still and listening to my soul. Yeah, we had to slow down. Community, I can't see every page, but it's coming in. Singing solo for people on Zoom. Yes, I'm going to be singing for a hospice patient on Zoom this week. I'm very, very much looking forward to that. Ooh, somebody got some dog snuggles. I bet I know who that was. Writing a lot of poetry and connecting with my newly adopted cat. Oh my God, it's so great. Creative writing, durability and connection. Amen. Amen. Durability and connection. I feel like my emotional stamina just went through the roof. You know, it's like, whew, we had to like really sway with this thing, right? You know, and we're all stronger. Our lower bodies, right? I swear, we could stand on any boat during a tsunami and we'd be upright, you know? So anyway, this is beautiful. And if you want to take time and read these later, just go down to the bottom of your screen, click on chat. We're already on chat. Go down to the bottom of chat, click on the little 3 dots on the right, and go save chat. And it will save to your Zoom app, And then if you just open your little video on the bottom of your, wherever you keep your little Zoom video, go into your app, however you go there, and you will find the chat. And sometimes we send the chat out on a follow-up email just because it's so juicy. And tonight might be one of those nights. Oh, the gift from Scott and Joe's is, or the dream and the gift is deciding to adopt a child. May it be so in 2021. You let us know, okay? That's a beautiful, beautiful wish. Okay, my friends. Well, we're inching toward the end, and I've got such an amazing song to end with. I just have a couple of announcements. And we meet the first and third Thursdays of the month, and when there's a fifth, if I'm feeling energetic, we get together on the fifth. We'd love to have you join us. We have a wonderful time here. The donations, yeah, Jude.
I just wanted to say, and I apologize, maybe you were about to, that most of the donations, a vast percentage of it, go to other people and other organizations that mean something to you.
This is true.
And that's just a lovely thing. And you might not have stated that, so I just wanted to.
Thanks, Jude. And I just got your check today. Jude made a special donation for who we're donating to tonight. We are donating tonight to a group in Bodh Gaya, India, which is the place where the Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree and was enlightened. So Bodh Gaya is a sacred city. I visited there in 2016 on a worldwide trip I was taking with my guitar and my backpack to find out how women and community organizers access power in very poor, under-resourced countries. I felt like we were over-resourced and under-empowered, and I wanted to flip that somehow. So I went out to learn. And I met Ranjan. And Ranjan Kumar, it was a street kid in Bodh Gaya. Lots of street kids selling tourist maps and trinkets and so forth, because there's tons of tourists that come through to see the sacred sites. And some tourists took an interest in him, saw some promise, got some money from the Rotary, I think, got him into school, and he ended up finishing college. He could have gone anywhere. And instead he went back to his village and started a school for children just like him. I sang there, I bonded with them for life, and then he texted me, or he WhatsApped me recently and said, it's freezing here and there's so much unemployment because the tourist industry is shut down with COVID. We're going out every night and giving out blankets to people who are sleeping on the streets. So I thought, I think we need to send some money his way. So that's what we're doing. So tonight is our night to send blankets over to Bodh Gaya, figuratively speaking. They've got the blankets, they just need money to get more. And participate as you can. These are not easy times. I know not everybody's well situated right now, but if you feel like it would make your heart sing to be part of that kind of outreach, it makes me incredibly happy to send money off to Kenya, to the women in Kenya that you've all heard so much about. So thank you for joining me in that. I know we're about to run over. This is how it goes. We have one more song, and this song is the most beautiful New Year's song I've ever heard. I listen to it all through the year because I love it so much. You have the words, and it is Old Lang Syne, but like you've never heard it, I bet. Different melody, and we're going to hear it and sing it if you want to sing along in the original Scottish. It's from a poem by Robert Burns, the great national poet of Scotland, and he says he heard it from an old man out in a village when he was tromping around the Highlands, and he wrote it down. So it's just a song that sort of gathers old friends together. It's the theme is sort of two old friends who've come together after a long separation, and they're sharing a cup of kindness, as we are tonight. So you can look at the words, you can just listen, you can sing along, whatever you like. Old Lang Syne by Jim Malcolm.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot for old Lang Syne? For old Lang Syne, my dear, for old Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old Lang Syne. And surely you'll be at Pine Stoop, and surely I'll be mine, and we'll take a cup of kindness yet Lang Syne, for old Lang Syne, my dear, for old Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet, for old Lang Syne. We twa hae run up at the braes and put the gowans fine, but we've wandered mony a weary fet sin old Lang Syne, for old Lang Syne, my dear, for old Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet, for old Lang Syne. We both hae paddled in the bun frae morning sun till dine, but the seas between us braidly rode sin old Lang Syne, for old Lang Syne, my dear, for old Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet, for old Lang Syne. And there's a hand, my trusty friend, and gives a hand o' thine, and we'll take a lift good willie waft, for old Lang Syne, for old Lang Syne, my dear, for old Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet, for old Lang Syne.
Ooh. I just know that our souls and our hearts feel very fed right now. So, my dears, be sure to save your chat. And thank you, as always, for your steadfast presence, your beautiful hearts, your willing voices. Welcome to all you new folks. Please come back. And let's unmute and have a gentle farewell. Sometimes we have a rousing farewell. We can be rousing if we want, but let's just have a farewell together. And I'll be staying on for a few minutes to chat.
Happy New Year.
Thank
Happy
you.
New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
It's very special.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Betsy.
Thanks, Beth.
Thank you.